Kids are at risk of deadly meningitis and measles as vaccination rates fall again. Vaccines protect us, so why are parents choosing not to vaccinate in the UK? Vaccination rates are continuing to drop. For some, such as the MMR vaccine, rates have continuously dropped over the span of the previous 4 years. Measles, mumps, and rubella are fatal diseases, so what I find quite odd is parents, whose jobs are to protect these children, are exposing them to death. I'm in no position to criticize parenting, but it's even more baffling to see the consequences children have to face. The measles were considered eliminated, but there are more cases spreading again. Less parents are arranging for the children to have vaccines, preventing meningitis, whooping cough, tetanus, etc. As the dangerously increasing amount of people aren't getting vaccinated, herd immunity is no longer prevalent in these communities. The average person, vaccinated or not, is at a greater risk because of these widespread diseases. Some children cannot be vaccinated due to circumstances compromising their immune system. So when you don't vaccinate, you're not helping them. The notion to not vaccinate children branches from the beliefs of the anti-vax movement. This movement has gained support and continues to do so rapidly. The issue with this movement is that it's feeding the public misinformed information, such as false claims that vaccines actually lead to autism. The downfall of vaccine rates, stemming from the impulse to deny your children the vaccines, shielding them with immunity against deadly diseases, is harmful to not only you, your children, but the children and adults surrounding you. Diseases that completely wiped out generations and devastated countries are now eliminated or close to extinct because of, you guessed it, vaccines. As Helen Donovan said, this means immunity against deadly or life-changing diseases, such as diphtheria and polio, is dropping. These are diseases of the past. They should not be part of our future. Although this article is based in the UK, there are some cases of the measles here in Canada as well, and who is to say they aren't on the rise? It's not very long before an outbreak in a certain area is widespread. This issue affects us in numerous ways. The effects that the unvaccinated population leaves us with affects us majorly, especially socially. Unvaccinated children and adults can pass on many life-threatening diseases. There's no way of knowing if someone is vaccinated or not. In terms of economically, we are not heavily affected yet. Not all of us are covered through OHIP. Here in Ontario and many in other provinces aren't provided with coverage at all. Vaccines are quite expensive, and as a percentage of the population is choosing not to be immunized, funding is limited. This could lead to vaccines not being covered, making them much more expensive. The government is beginning to take action, making this political as well. It's important for the government to get involved and get stricter in terms of vaccinating. I would assume when this becomes a pandemic, multiple governments would get involved and reach out, strengthening or weakening relationships. These vaccinations have brought down mortality rates from diseases. In this case, it's important to consider science when acting on what you think is right. It's truly appalling.